I've honestly never seen the zombies community so angry for such a long period of time, and I think it's time we finally talk about it. If I asked someone in 2015 what they like about Call of Duty Zombies, most of the answers would be the same. They would say some combination of they enjoy high rounds, Easter eggs, or learning about the storyline, and the reason that always was the answer is because that's really all there was to do in Zombies. Think about it, all of your games pretty much boil down to one of those few things because Zombies started out one way and pretty much always stayed that way for a very long time. Fast forward to today in 2023 and that answer isn't as clear as it once was for a growing number of people, causing a very angry debate about what zombies should and should not be. This all started with Outbreak in Cold War Zombies. It was the first time Treyarch ever tried something that was not the traditional round-based formula of killing 6 zombies on round 1 so that round 2 can begin. Outbreak was a non-linear, objective-based game mode that still did have rounds, but you could complete them at any pace that you like. Either run right to the objective to get it done in 2 minutes or spend 20 minutes doing side quests and killing random boss zombies around the map before eventually getting to your objective. And almost immediately as soon as Outbreak released, the controversy began. All across Reddit, YouTube, and Twitter, mostly hardcore fans of zombies began saying that Outbreak sucks and that they hate that Treyarch went in this direction. It's a betrayal of what our game mode is, and this shows that zombies is dying if they're this desperate to hop on the Warzone hype train. Pretty much everyone had a strong opinion on it at the time. Either you really liked what it's doing and see it as a fun new way to play zombies alongside traditional round-based zombies, or you fucking hated it. And unlike most debates in zombies, it didn't just go away after a few days. This whole thing went on for months, even after Cold War's year had finished. Then we got Vanguard Zombies, which is another objective-based style of zombies that for some reason had Treyarch's name slapped on it despite them barely working on it. So of course people were angry. No one liked Dare on Fun when it released. I was literally live streaming it on day 1 trying to see if it was any good, and I could physically see the hope being sucked out of people who were watching. And do you know what the failure was blamed on by most people? You guessed it, the objective-based nature of Vanguard Zombies. All of that while completely ignoring the fact that Dare on Fun, even as a round-based map, would have been absolutely dog shit anyway. Vanguard is just a fundamentally flawed game that eventually did end up getting a round-based map because everyone bullied Treyarch long enough to get one, and even after all that, the reception was mostly just a collective meh, it's alright. So it wasn't just the fact that it was objectives, it's the fact that Vanguard was just bad. But now that once again we're getting an objective-based form of zombies for MW3, the debate has up all over again. This isn't zombies, Treyarch's lost their touch, huge L, yada yada yada. So let's talk about all of this. First of all, round-based zombies is not dead. Kevin Drew, who's the associate director of Zombies and has been for a couple of years, said on Twitter that round-based is sticking around. Codename Pizza said that Treyarch told him it would return next year for Gulf War as well, so there's no need to worry about that. But now that we know that, why does Treyarch continue to make these objective modes if supposedly nobody likes them? Well, surprise surprise, it's because people do like them. Actually, let me rephrase that. Statistically, Outbreak at launch had more players than Cold War ever did even on launch day. Cold War is also Treyarch's best-selling game ever, meaning that Outbreak might have been more popular than any map ever made, and it did it as a DLC too.
Start of Season 2 introduced players to Outbreak, and the reaction has been amazing. In fact, since its introduction, more people have played Black Ops Cold War Zombies than ever before, including at launch.
And it wasn't just a one-time wonder thing either. Near the end of the year, Treyarch once again said that Outbreak on its own was averaging as many players as all of the round-based maps had combined. It was a huge success for Treyarch, but why didn't you really hear about it that much, especially from a lot of Zombies YouTubers or on Reddit? Well, that's because Outbreak appealed to an entirely different type of person who prior to Cold War becoming more casual and introducing this open world Outbreak mode just didn't care at all about zombies. Call of Duty had a lot of growth between 2019 and 2020, mostly because of Warzone being the biggest game in the world for a while and MW 2019 selling like crazy. These weren't just old COD fans that hadn't played in a few years, it was millions of entirely new players to the franchise that were coming in and potentially experiencing zombies for the first time ever. Among these people was large groups who either didn't didn't care for how complex zombies was becoming during Black Ops 2 and the Black Ops 3 era and simply tuned it out, or the people that had no attachment to the older forms of zombies. They didn't care about Shadows of Evil because they've never played it and just thought the idea of fighting off hordes of zombies on a map that was like their favorite game, Warzone, is a really fun idea. It's the same story going in MW3 Zombies this year, where once again the older fans are protesting and saying that no one is going to enjoy it. But if you look at YouTube channels who don't cater to a zombies audience like I do, the reception has been either neutral or somewhat positive. Let's take JGod for example. He makes mostly Warzone content, but he posted a video about MW3 Zombies, so let's look at the comments. Out of the top 5 with the most upvotes, not a single one is being negative about it. One suggested adding in round-based as a small side thing you can do, which I thought was really funny. The second most upvoted was saying how much he loved Outbreak and was looking forward to MW3. Obviously this isn't representative of everybody. I could easily find comments asking for round-based back and saying that this isn't going to be good, but the point is clearly a lot of people do like these new modes. On the flip side of that, I do understand everyone's frustrations with what's been happening over the last few years. Ever since Black Ops 4 was a complete dumpster fire, things have changed within zombies. It's changed direction, going from a storyline with characters we've been caring about for the last 10 years and maps that felt like real pieces of art to more bare bones keeping it simple style of zombies. That's been hard for a lot of people who are wondering why Treyarch can't just do what they did in Black Ops 3 again and suddenly everything will be okay again. There's going to be another golden period. The hard truth is that more people simply like a more simple zombies. That's why maps like Kino der Toten were popular, is because it's super easy to jump into a game and have fun. Not everyone has the time or are willing to spend 45 minutes getting set up on Gorod Krovi because they've only got 2 hours to play today on their one day off from work. I will agree with a lot of people, Treyarch does have a problem, but not in the same way that most people see it. It has a problem that it keeps making people fall in love so much with different forms of zombies that it's hard for anyone to let go of the one they love. Millions loved the simplicity of World War and tuned out when it became too complicated. Millions loved the convoluted and intricate gameplay of a Black Ops 3 map. Millions loved the more laid-back style of Cold War's round-based maps, and millions loved the open-world Warzone-ish style of Outbreak. This has led to so much tribalism within our community that it's become extremely toxic to talk about some games. You seemingly can't enjoy Cold War without being a brain-dead idiot, or you don't enjoy Black Ops 3. God forbid you enjoyed Advanced Warfare Zombies or Vanguard for some reason. Even people can't agree on the old games being universally good, and everyone constantly at all times when talking about zombies feels the need to defend their favorite thing about it to the death. And it's really getting tiring. Some people obviously are not going to change, but just at least try to hear me out here. I love zombies just as much as anyone else in the world. I get it that you want round-based back, or you want cooler maps, or you want better characters. That is totally understandable, but please just take a step back for a few seconds and try to see why other people love different types of zombies. Some people did not grow up playing it, or maybe aren't as hardcore into Call of Duty or gaming as we are. Round-based is coming back, and based on what Treyarch has been doing in the last half of Cold War, it seems like the story and maps are going to start getting crazy again. There is a lot of hope going into the next game's round-based maps, so just try and be patient and remember that no matter what you play, we all love zombies. Even if you never end up enjoying another zombies map again, then just try to think about the 60+ maps that have been released and the years of fun that you've had on them. Because zombies, with this new influx of players the last couple of years, is in a really healthy spot and will probably be around for at least another decade. So don't be the boomer screaming about how back in your day things were better, but if you do want to be a stubborn boomer and only like round-based stuff, then go watch this video of me getting to round 50 with only a knife. I promise I did it on a round-based map. Thanks for watching, love you, bye-bye.